gal about town. Amy, Addis, we're here without a hot dog, but we still love you.
We have hot dogs, though.
That's right. So temperatures are nearing 100 degrees. We are all looking for ways to beat the heat. We cannot forget our four-legged friends because they, too, get hot. It's great to see you.
It's great to see you again, too. Before we get into this really important subject, I just want to remind people, please do not feed hot dogs to your hot dogs.
Right.
Well
They're
done.
for you.
Well done.
So, I mean, summer is always a problem for dogs, but we are in a particular heat wave right now, and we're dealing with dangerous temperatures.
Yeah.
So I think there are a lot of things that people can do to keep their pets safer right now.
And it's going for a walk with your dog in the heat. There's a number of dangers for the dog, the air quality as well as the paw on the
absolutely.
cement. So what can people do to kind of help them?
So the first thing we need to do is realize we're in charge. Our dogs do not make good decisions. They want to stay out forever. They don't realize how this heat is affecting us. So what you need to do is modify what you're doing. When you're taking your dogs out right now, you're taking them out for bathroom behavior. They're not going socializing, they're not going playing. You want to go out and come back quickly. You want to go earlier in the day or later in the day when the sun isn't so hot and it's a little bit cooler. You also want to modify where you're walking. You choose the shady side of the street. Try to walk on grass or dirt. Take your hand and put it on the asphalt. When it's 100 degrees outside, that asphalt can be 150 degrees, and they'll burn their paw pads. So you really want to think about where you're going. Take tons of water. We're not just talking about water for your dog to drink. You want to have water in case your dog looks really hot that you can throw it on them. Or if you have a path of super hot asphalt, throw the water on the asphalt, they can walk along.
That's a good idea.
Are these some ways to keep your dog cool when you're bringing them out for a walk?
So if it's really hot out and you have to go out and you have the kind of dog who really takes its time to go to the bathroom, put them in the sink beforehand or the bathtub and wet them down. That will keep them cool for 15, 20 minutes, and you'll be able to give them the time to go for a walk.
That's what I do to you before I go
It's actually very true.
Throw her in the sink.
and there are also things that you can buy. There are dog cooling towels where you saturate them beforehand and then you wrap them around either the neck or the body. There's a particular way to do it, and again, it keeps their core body temperature down.
What are your thoughts on the booties? Like those the little paw shoes?
I think they're good and bad. I really love them in the winter time. But remember, the only place that dogs have sweat glands are on the bottoms of their feet. So if you're like keeping that encapsulated, they can't sweat.
Of course.
But sweating isn't a big deal for dogs. The most important way that they get cool is by panting. And so when they're panting and it's hot and humid, it's not a terribly efficient thing. And I want to remind everyone that older dogs and sick dogs and any dog with a pushed-in face, panting is completely inefficient. Those dogs should stay home or in and out in 2 seconds.
Frenchies, pugs.
Wow,
Frenchies, pugs, bulldogs, very popular dogs right now. And I hope that people who have them know about their special needs. They cannot get overheated.
Wow.
So what are the warning signs that your pup may actually be in trouble?
Okay, so I always, I wish everybody watched their dog every moment they're walking them, that they weren't on their telephones, but particularly in this heat, you need to pay attention. Dogs that are starting to get stressed, their panting will get more rapid, they'll start to make some noise. Really pay attention to that. Look at their eyes. Dogs that are stressed, their eyes will get kind of bloodshot and buggy. And pay attention to the color of your dog's tongue. The tongue is a nice pink color. When they're having difficulty, that tongue will change color. It'll go bright red or sometimes pale gray or blue. These are signs of get this dog home, get this dog into air conditioning. And then what do you do when you get your dog home? You've got to bring that body temperature down, right? You want to do that slowly. You want to take a towel, get it really wet, put it on the dog's belly. Sometimes people are inclined to take their dog and throw it in a bathtub with ice cubes. If you bring that body temperature down really quickly, you're going to make them even sicker.
That's good to know.
And take-home lesson, everybody should know how to take their dog's temperature. You can use an ear thermometer, you can use a rectal thermometer. And if you take your dog's temperature, you need to know their temperatures are higher than ours normally. 102.5 is normal for a dog. But when they get above 104, which is easy to do when they're overheated, that becomes a medical emergency. So you should also know the location of the closest 24-hour emergency hospital.
Excellent information.
Really great information.
I don't want to scare people.
No, but you've given us fantastic information. Really, we appreciate it. Thank you so much. Also, pick up a copy of Dr. Addis' book, Pets in the City, available wherever books are sold.